This is a presentation of the University of Wisconsin-Parkside.
Why did you decide to major in economics at the University of Wisconsin-Parkside?
I decided to major in economics at Parkside due to the fact that I liked the program here. I loved the analytical and reasoning ability that was involved when I got into my first classes, and it was really easy for me to take that reasoning and analysis to a real-world level.
I picked economics as my major. First, I was actually a business major, and it was through the prerequisites that I first took my economics class, loved it, decided to continue. A big part of that was the faculty here and their encouragement of me studying the subject, as well as my love for analytics, and economics provided a great outlet for that.
Well, when I first started at UW-Parkside, I was actually a business major, and you had to take the two principal econ courses, and I kind of just kept going. I really liked it, and it was very challenging and interesting to me.
Why did you decide to be an economist?
Couple reasons. First, econ is just something I enjoy doing. The second is that it's really easy once more to take that analysis and the knowledge I've learned to any other field that you can think of, from the financial sector all the way to government jobs.
I decided to become an economist because we have a little tagline in econ that's "Economics is life," and you discover how truly real that is, that as you go through life you can apply economic theory to just about anything, and it affects all of us.
Again, it's very interesting to me the way things work, all the cycles, all the theories, disproving them, proving them, etc. And I like the statistical aspect as well. It's very interesting to be able to isolate individual effects based on the model that you've created from scratch yourself.
Please explain your research topic and why you chose it.
My research topic is first study of the determinants of undergraduate GPA. I chose the topic first because GPA is, as a student, a subject near and dear to my heart, but also because I had a wide variety of data that was offered to me by Parkside, and so I had to exploit it, as it were.
My research topic is about commercial banks' balance sheets. I chose it because I'm interested in banking in the long run. And my research centers around the effects of the financial crisis. So it looks at the balance sheets before the financial crisis in 2006, and then again after the crisis in 2009. And it looks to find key variables that had the biggest change between the period and the biggest correlation with the economy.
For my project, I took vehicle options that I classified as standard and additional. Standard included things like the engine cylinders, the year, the make, the model, if it had a trim line or not, and then additional options were power windows, heated seats, sunroof, things to that nature. And I was actually able to isolate how much more the vehicle price would be based on those options if the car came equipped with that or not.
What was most challenging about your research? What was most rewarding or interesting?
The most challenging aspect of the research project was definitely the fact that I picked up a totally new statistical package and learned how to apply it due to the concepts that I'd been taught in my class. The other challenging part was to take those concepts, tests, and various statistical analysis and apply them to real-world data. The most rewarding aspect is, as a result of doing this project, I'm now familiar with two major statistical packages that corporations use, from anything from marketing to pricing. It's interesting to take a look and check my assumptions against what the data shows, and that's what this project allows me to do.
The most challenging thing about my research was the data collection. It took a lot longer than I thought, but it was completely worth it in the end because I can own that data set. It wasn't something I pulled from somebody else. The most rewarding thing is seeing the results in the end and being able to talk about it with faculty and the one-on-one experience I had with Professor Milan as I was doing the project. The most interesting part about my research was seeing the results and seeing the effects of what still remains on a balance sheet, which the effects of things that don't. A lot of times we consider the entire financial crisis related to the housing market. My research shows that it's really the commercial lending side that had a big effect. However, it doesn't take into account the off-balance sheet activities, and a lot of the mortgage loans were securitized and removed from the balance sheet.
The most rewarding and probably the most interesting to me was the effects that I found. For mileage, it actually was not the relationship that I thought it was, so I had to do additional research and found out it was a different relationship. And once that was solved, that was rewarding as well as a challenge. And then also, one of the interesting things was the effect of the vehicle price just due to the manufacturer. That, to me, I was just blown away, and it was very rewarding to be able to figure that out.
How will your major prepare you for postgraduate opportunities?
I will have quite a sufficient background for any financial sector job, knowing things from the economy to finance to even a little bit of accounting in there. However, the reasoning and analytical ability that's also involved with a major can be applicable to any job situation today.
As I've already started to apply for jobs and have been interviewing, the economics has helped me with the analytics side of it. It shows the problem-solving skills that a lot of companies are looking for, as well as the intuitive problem solving, but more of being able to take a situation you're not familiar with and work with it and be flexible. And I think that's something that economics teaches you very well how to do.
As far as the economics program at Parkside, it's very challenging. So now I look at grad schools and I check out the requirements for it, and I've found that I've actually met half of them. And when you review the course descriptions of the graduate classes online, there's a lot of the descriptions where I'm like, oh, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that. So it's very preparing as far as what you're going to be doing. And again, it's just very rewarding knowing that I already meet most of these requirements, and I feel like I'm going to have a very good hold in grad school just because of the knowledge that I've learned here at Parkside through the economics department.
What professional opportunities will you pursue after graduation?
Well, I'm hoping to actually go on to law school, and if possible, I'm looking for dual degree programs which offer masters in economics and hopefully a JD in addition. So we'll see how well that works out.
After graduation in May, I'm currently looking for careers with community banks to help with their credit analysis and their risk analysis so that we don't have as many failures on the community bank side in the future.
What is your advice to those wishing to become an economist and major in economics at UW-Parkside?
Advice for the students coming into the department would be that a degree in economics isn't any magic wand. You get into the degree what you put out of it. And if you're willing to put the work and effort involved, then there are plenty of opportunities both inside and outside the classroom that you can utilize so long as you're willing to work with your professors.
The biggest piece of advice I can give students coming into econ is get involved with the economics club, get involved with the department, and get to know the faculty, because getting to know the faculty opens up a lot of doors for you as you continue your classwork. They're willing to help you, and the club is a great opportunity to get to know them outside of the classroom, which makes it a lot less intimidating to approach them when you're in a classroom situation.
Advice to students that plan to major in economics, I would say take very good notes and review those notes daily. The other big thing where a lot of students struggle is economics is a very difficult subject as it is. Don't be afraid to get help. The teachers at Parkside are very approachable. There's always the tutoring center. I know I've worked with a number of classmates on several things, just tutoring or helping them. So the biggest thing is take notes, review them daily, and don't be afraid to get help.